Hello, hello, hello. Hey, baby. Hey, Matthew. Hey, Darlene. Not snowing, but you're melting. How's everybody doing? Thank you guys for being here. Do me a favor, double tap your screen. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me now? Okay, cool. How you doing, baby? You feel better? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I know, darling, I know you guys are just over there melting away. It's so weird, isn't it? That to me, it's weird. Oh, that's a great color. To me, it's weird um, that, I mean, it's winter and you guys are hot. That's weird to me. Needed Diet Coke, SOS. Girlfriend, me too. I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking tea. I had coffee already. I haven't had Diet Coke in a couple days. I'm good. I did my blood work on, what was it? Friday? Thursday or Friday. And I've done so good. I'm hoping and praying that my A1C is just perfect. Because I mean, like my tea has got, this is what I'm drinking. So I use these little pink things, and then I have these crystal lights. I don't use those that much, but yeah. Love the tulips. Thank you. Wow, 115 Fahrenheit. That's crazy. Tomorrow's going to be 46. When more people get in here, I'll walk you guys over to our garage and open it and let you see how much snow's here. There's a lot of snow out there. I was telling Dot underscore a little while ago that most of Indiana's under a red flag, which means only police and ambulances, fire department, stuff like that can be out on the streets. They've closed, if not all the schools. And anybody that can work from home tomorrow is supposed to be working. Sweet and low is nasty. Well, since it's the only thing that I tried first, I'm okay with it. I think if I had tried something else, maybe I wouldn't be okay with it. So let me let these dogs out. No, I'm good. I mean, sweet and low's good. It's fine. It's fine. Do the dogs like the snow? Um, the puppy loves it. He was diving in it. It was so dang cute. And Anichka's always loved it. She'll go out there and she'll roll around in the snow. Newt, he's not a fan. He goes out there just to use the bathroom and comes running back in. NutraSweet. I remember when I was a kid, my dad used to drink, I don't know if they have it anymore. It's called Sweet 10. And it used to come in a liquid form in a white bottle, and you would push the little cap, the little top down on it, and it would squirt out like into your tea or whatever. I remember just sitting there drinking that crap, like pouring it into my mouth. Of course, I didn't ever let them know I was doing that because I would have got my butt beat, but I remember liking Sweet 10 when I was a kid. And then we have our cat, you know. Is that music too loud, you guys? Should I turn the music down? Somebody, anybody, let me know, please. Oh God, you guys, here we go with Wednesday. It's terrible. Wednesday's got to pee. Okay, thank you. Wednesday, I don't know if you guys can hear Wednesday, but he's already screaming because he's got to use the bathroom. But he does not like the snow at all. So, and he doesn't use a litter box. So we have tried everything in the litter box, including dirt, just so he would use it, and he won't go. So I'm having to lock him up in the garage, and Beefcake went out there and cleared a spot in the, as much as he could in the snow so he could feel grass, but he still doesn't want the snow touching his paw pads. So that's been crap because nobody understands my cat. And I keep telling him, I was like, look, I got to get some sleep. My cat's either screaming because she's got no food, no water, or she's got to use the bathroom. And I haven't barely slept today because Wednesday's just been fighting us about where she's supposed to use the bathroom at. So, and then my husband and my bonus child who lives here, they're like, we can't make your cat use the bathroom. Like, what do you want us to do? It won't shut up. And I'm like, well, put it in the garage. I mean, what else am I supposed to say, right? So and then if he knows I'm in bed, he knows that, I swear he knows this, that he is louder in the hallway. So he gets in the hallway and he screams louder to get me out of that bed. Drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. So I'm not getting that much sleep because of the snow. But I love it. I love, 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 love the snow. Love it. We've had a fire going now for about 2 days. Just now burned out because I wasn't sure if I was going to go live tonight or not. Lulu Cooey, no bloody notification again. It's okay, I haven't been on that long, girlfriend. How you doing, love bug? Burning up over there with Darlene and Melly and Tosh. And I want to show you guys these dogs. Look. Newt will not play with him, but Anichka has started really playing with him. I think they're freaking adorable. Yep, they do love each other. I sit over there and I watch them too. I love it when they're playing. Now the puppy is, so when Newt will play with Anichka, I mean, and they play rough with each other. I mean, it sounds like they're going to kill each other, but they're not. The puppy gets so scared. That's what scares them, is hearing Newt, because Newt growls and Anichka growls. She's used to Anichka's growling, but Newt sounds a lot scarier. I don't know what the hell my dog's eating, but he just brought it in. Hey, Newt, what do you got, buddy? So anyways, whenever Newt and Anichka are playing together, the puppy comes and runs underneath the chair because it scares them. But they're rough, y'all. I mean, it sounds just like, I told my vet, I was like, they're going to kill each other. And then he's like, no, they're not, leave them alone. So, but Newt's getting older. He doesn't like to play as much anymore. I don't know what my dog's eating, to tell you guys the truth. What I do know is, let me show you guys this. Oh, yeah, learn how to get up there. Yeah, do that. They're adorbs. Let me take you guys out here and show you what we're dealing with. The dogs will come in here. Let me shut the door so I don't have to. Newt and Anichka do not run off, but the puppy loves the snow, so it stays in the snow. It stays outside. So, we have about 12 to 13 inches right now. Beefcake has already cleaned the truck off once. Oh, I didn't even, oh, okay. And I know, and behind it is, he doesn't usually park there. He already cleaned, that's Bonus Child's car. He's already cleaned that off once, and it's already snowed that much again. This was already scraped out and thrown up there. But yeah, there's a lot of snow. A lot of snow out here. Now, if I put, oh, that puppy would probably drown in that snow pile right there. It is, I think it is -1 right now. Hi, Melly. So, yep, that's what Indiana's looking like right now, you guys. We're in here. They haven't, we live on a 3rd grade road, so how that works, what that means is the street department determines what roads get I'm sorry, I'm gonna smoke a minute. The street department, just like anywhere else, determines which roads get mowed first or get the snow pushed off of it, or it gets ice melt put on it. So they go by grades. Grade 1 would be like the highways, intersections, things like that. Grade 2 would be like regular streets, like neighborhood streets, you know, a lot, heavily traveled neighborhood streets. And then grade 3 is like living in a rural area, which is where we live in. And I tark too much. Well, first you gotta learn how to spell it, dumbass. Anyways, so ours is a grade 3, which means that it is a rural road, and they'll get to it when they can. I think it goes all the way up to like a 5, and there are people that live in a 5 in the cities and is just not gonna mow it. They're not gonna do it. Not mow it, you know what I mean. Plow the snow off of it. So, oh, see, my mods are nice. Hey, Mary Jane Doe. My mods are nice because I would have just blocked them. But see, they're so nice to you guys. They're trying to teach you stuff, teach you manners, and let you hang out, help you make the right decisions to be here. Me, I'd be like, no, bye. That's why I tell people don't mod me. I wouldn't be nice. It's going to be 113 Fahrenheit here tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure how much that is. Mary Jane Doe, how much did y'all get? Hi, Husky. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. How much did y'all get? Who else is snowed in? They even canceled college classes, which they could do it online, so it's not a big deal. It's damn hot. I know you're snowed in. I know that. It's good to see you guys. Do me a favor. Tap your screen twice. Even if you hate me, tap the damn screen, y'all. I mean, geez. Looks like at least 2 to 3 feet. Wow. So we only got like between 12 and 13 inches, I think. And your baby girl is homeschooling tomorrow. I think most kids in Indiana are. It will be 45C. Wow, jeez Louise, that's freaking hot. Y'all just need to get you one of them blow-up pools, put it in the front yard, dump ice into it, and just go sit. It's good for your skin. Do the polar plunge at 100 degrees outside. Too hot to go anywhere. Ugh. Those are miserable days. Miserable. Put it in the lounge room. Oh, that would be so... I remember when my kids were little, it was my mom's idea. It wasn't mine. She was much more creative than me, but she would tell me to get a kiddie pool. And then she would, because Savannah, Georgia's hot too, y'all. It's hot and muggy. And she would get a couple ice trays out of the thing and drop ice, and the kids loved it. This time next week, I'm going to have a bathtub. Woohoo! Yippee! There's Sean. Aloha. Aloha, my friend. Trying so hard to talk Chris into getting me a pup. Well, you can come hang out with this one. Hi, Hossie. How you doing? Well, I already know. Everybody's telling me y'all are burning up over there. I know, girl. I know. You just miss seeing all of our snow here. Tons of it. You want a Pekingese? Well, I mean, you've had one. It's not like you don't know how to take care of them, so... Does Avonlea want... Oops, I didn't mean to say her name, sorry. Does Av want one? Because she's the one that's going to have to really be taking care of it, right? Oh my God, those poor cats. Guess what? Washing machine finally came. Don't have one dirty piece of clothing and small things, but everything is so clean. I know you can appreciate. Girlfriend, like nobody's business. Like nobody's business. Hey there, I always call you AMAC. And I know that I'm saying that wrong, but it's good to see you. It's been a minute. I hope you're well. I hope you're staying warm wherever you're at. Just pumped out of the pool. The grandbabies came home today. How awesome. How fun is that? Will that be got rid of it? I know. My auntie used to breed Pekingese, Melly says. I know you took care of the dogs. Have you ever seen a Japanese Spitz? They are like a mini Samoyed. Just gorgeous fluff balls that are so happy and active. Did you see the latest update? I'm on, all right, I'm going to try to say this word, Kilauea volcano, where people were getting rained on by black dried lava rocks for the past... No, I haven't seen anything. I honestly feel like a new mother again. Oh, Ozzy, your heart is full again. I feel like a new mom with the puppy and with my cat. The puppy is learning very fast that if I'm closing my eyes that he's got to lay down too. And he's finally learning bedtime. Because the big dogs just will lay down. They just lay down so that there's nothing for him to play with. But the cat, Wednesday, is just making me crazy, you guys. Making me insane. Because the cat doesn't like the snow and it refuses to use a litter box. Sean, I will definitely check that out. I'll have to look at that. AMAC, Northeast Ohio, a wood stove has it at 73. Oh, you are nice and warm then. Yeah, we don't have a wood stove. We have a regular burning one. fireplace, that is. And we've had it going for 2 days. It's so nice, isn't it? Can we just close off like the back bedroom rooms and stuff, and it just keeps everything in the living room and the kitchen nice and toasty. How much snow did y'all get over there in Ohio? How much did y'all get? I only checked on Savannah, Georgia today because my parents are down there and they were telling me they're freezing. Y'all, I looked it up. They're like 45 degrees. I was like, what? But, I mean, when you live in the South and are used to 100-degree weather all the time, that is freezing to them. Plus we get the blog, which is volcano. Fog. It's called volcano fog. That's cool. Oh, I'd be so grossed out having to breathe that, though. You got 8 to 10 inches. Okay, okay. Enough to get out there and make us. You gonna make a snowman? Come on. Send me a picture. You're headed to whose house? What, to the, where are you going? Does the fog cause breathing issues? I would think so. I'd be walking around with the mask on. Oh. But it's like way up in the mountains, right, Sean? See, if I know when like Sean is going to be online or anybody else that wants to be on panel, I would open up a panel. But the last couple times, my babies, must be nap time. The last couple times that I've done a panel, nobody's wanted to come up. So it's just easier for me to sit over here. I wanted to show you guys this. God bless it. And let's just hope the dogs don't. Okay. So I'm going to paint this is why this is sitting out here, because I need something to do while I'm just sitting here talking to you guys. I want to tell you guys about this. So this is not my jam. You guys know my house. This is not, this kind of vessel is not what I would normally pick for decor in my house. So it's heavy, and so it's real, like, whatever, right? So I looked at the price, and the price on the bottom, I got it for Goodwill. Price on the bottom said $5.99. Well, I had a coupon for half off that day, right? So you know I had to go thrifting, y'all. But it looked just like this sitting there. I was like, $3 for that, and I wasn't sure if these came with it. Y'all, this is the whole reason right here I bought it, and let me tell you why. These are, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Off-white with cream stripes. I'm fixing, so I've got these colors out. Let me just show you that I'm gonna mix to get a couple of different colors and see what we're gonna do with it. But anyways, these are I got some of these a couple years ago, but the ones I got were pink, and I still love them. But they're the most realistic looking tulips to me. Oh, this is a great song. No. Anyways, the last couple years I've wanted like just some white ones. Now these are yellow. We can all see that. But you guys, I paid like for two of these, I paid $3 at the store when I bought my pink ones. And that's the only reason why I haven't bought more is because I'm like, they're just, yes, they're nice, but they're too expensive. So when I saw this vase, that's not my jam, but I'll figure it out, with all of these in it, knowing how much I paid for the other ones, I was like, oh my God, what a steal. Hi, Molly. Lulu says, I love tulips, all the bulbs, daffodils, especially the jonquils that are mini daff but scented. No black lung, but people do have breathing difficulties even without asthma. I'll just bet. Airbrush gun would work great for the flowers. Well, I mean, I do like the yellow ones. I don't know why I want some white ones. I think because they look clean. So y'all, you know what I did as soon as I got home? Now I haven't taken out any of my spring stuff yet. I just cleaned up and just left it. I have this thing hung right here on the side of my counter. But look how pretty this looks in this basket. Can we stop it right now? Can we stop to appreciate this right now? I'm going to need everybody to appreciate that right now. That is fabulous, you guys. I was going to put flowers in there anyways, but I was waiting on the spring to pull out my bins to see what kind of fake flowers I have because they're the only kind I can grow. But can you believe I got it? I got that vessel, which is like a concrete vessel. It's heavy. And all of them tulips, which these are the good ones, y'all. I'm not kidding you. They're really soft. They're like almost foamish. These are the good ones. They're not plastic. Well, this part's kind of plastic, I guess, but I guess it's got a plastic thing inside of them or something, or mixed with it, but they feel and they look real to me. And that's why I brought the pink ones. But then for the last couple of years, I've been like, I want some white ones because they feel clean. But I think that's fabulous. Can you believe I got all them flowers and this vessel, you guys, for $3? Y'all need to get on my level. If you ain't out thrifting, now's the time to thrift, y'all, because the first of the year is when everybody's getting rid of their stuff. People, this is when they're purging their homes. You guys know me. I do it twice a year. I'm on to everybody about it. You can find some really good stuff, even like Christmas stuff and holiday stuff and things like that you can find. And put it up for next year. And then when you open your Christmas stuff, it'll be like you bought your own Christmas surprises because you forget that you even bought it. Let me jump in chat real quick. You're smiling with me. Thank you so much. I love it when that happens. Along with your Diet Coke shirt. Yeah, that was a great deal. They're not plastic flowers. Shut the hell up, Sean. Hi, Francois. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for coming in. It's so good to see you. I've been watching some of your posts and shorts and stuff that you put up. I absolutely love your animals. Anyways, this is a beast, you guys. If anybody ever comes in, because it's not like my dogs are gonna, I mean, they're gonna bark at you, but they're not gonna bite you. You could pick this bitch up right here, you guys, and lay it into someone's head, and I guarantee you, it'll knock them out long enough to get you some police officers in that house. And if it doesn't, shoot him in the leg. Don't kill him. Just shoot him in the leg. That's not against the law. They're not plastic flowers, Sean. I got to turn this music down. I didn't sign up for that type of music. They're not plastic. What's in their plastic? All right, they probably got some plastic, but they don't feel plastic. And they don't look plastic, so suck it. Hi, Flippy. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I'd never go back to a top loader. I was without a machine for nearly 2 weeks, she says. Was out of my mind. I changed my sheets 2 to 3 times a week. I was losing my shit. I'll bet. You're snowed in, Oh, Diamond, I know, girl. Don't you just love it? I love it. I'm so excited. Purple Zombie, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it so much. We all double tap the screen for me. I appreciate it so much. So because this isn't my jam, I've got to make it like my jam. So I think what I'm going to do is I pulled out these 3 colors. My thought was that I would do a cream color, but put in some like splotches of a darker cream. Like I don't want it white, I want it cream and then splotches of darker cream. But the good news is, you guys, this with those flowers cost me $3. If I mess it up, it's only paint. I can repaint it, right? No big deal. The flowers in themselves were way worth more money. This vessel by itself was worth way more money. You have to try to fall asleep. Oh, thank you for coming in, AMAC. Stay warm, honey. Thank you so much for coming in. A new machine and a new bathroom in the same month. Happy days. So, oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Y'all don't want to sing with me? Do a pour and paint on it with slow trail mix in your plants. I don't even know what that means. I have no clue. Diamond, I am nowhere near as talented as you or most of my friends. I just have a vision and I work on making that vision happen. I really love that color. Look at that color. That is gorgeous. What is this color called? Warm brown. I love the color warm. This is creamy beige. Let's see what this does. It looks like it's got a pink tint, and I'm not about that. I'm not about the pink tints, you guys. No, no, no. Just look up paint pours, easy. Oh, Dot, good to see you, love bug. Spray paint is better for the Vaseline. It might be, but it ain't as fun. Ain't as fun. Let's see what we can mix up. Oh, happy day. That might be too yellow. Got too much yellow in it, y'all. Need to add more white. That's almost the color, you guys, that I want to paint that bedroom, though. This color yellow. Oh, that looks too yellow on the screen. It's not that yellow, actually. It's like a creamier yellow. Oh, I want a yellow bedroom. Really, really light yellow. Good morning, Damage. How you doing, love bug? Good to see ya. Thanks for coming in. Staying warm? You're over there in the UK, right? In the UK. Oh, this is the color I want my bedroom, you guys. That's it right there. That's the color. Oh, it's not the color I want the vase, but that's the color I want the bedroom. I'm running out of white, so we're just going to have to do it like this. Oh well, we'll just paint white over it. I want a yellow bedroom. Let me get this off here. I want a yellow bedroom with like a white, not a white, like a creamy quilt color with maybe some blues and greens and some, you know, just so it matches like every color, I mean every season per near. And maybe an eyelet, oh, a white eyelet dust ruffle underneath it, you guys. Oh, maybe eyelet curtains. Oh, sounds fabulous. Sounds fabulous. Oh, happy day. What's everybody doing? Snow looks glittery here too. The snow here looks sparkly. Looks like diamond dust. I took video last night and put it on Facebook. Looks like glitter. Well, mine is all like, well, the yard is not bad. The dogs have been out in the backyard, so that's all like got stuff all over it. And then Beefcake already did the driveway, but it's covered again already. But he's working from home tomorrow, so for those of you that don't know, I got this vase, which is a concrete vase, and a whole bunch of yellow tulips for $3. Be jealous. Get on my level. Hi, Tashi. My brother-in-law just left. People need to open their eyes and appreciate the beauty. I'm in agreement with that, sister. My dad told me once, because you guys know I go on road trips all the time. And I was taking him back home he lives in Tennessee, and he had been up here to visit. Me and him were just talking about road trips and road trips that he took me on when I was a kid and stuff. And we didn't go on that very many. And I just thought, I knew we couldn't afford it. I mean, my dad was raising 6 kids on, military pay. And so we talked about it. He said, even if we had money to do that, he said, I would have spent the money in California. He said, people always want to go like somewhere else for vacation. And he said, half of you don't even know what you have in your own cities because you're too busy trying to get somewhere else. And I was like, I can understand and appreciate what you're saying, but for me, like, it's not even like we could leave for vacation and hit the road, and it's not even vacation until I get out of the state of Indiana. I have to be completely out of the state, and then I feel like I don't even care if it's the next state over. I just want to be out of Indiana. So, but he is right. I mean, there's a lot. People come to Indy, especially during the racing season and stuff like that. And football, if you're into that. And there's not many people, unless you're from Indiana. You're probably not a Colts fan. But anyways, there is a lot to do here, and there's a lot of history here, a lot of history. But I was also talking about my other dad, my bio dad, this week, and he was telling me about an old general, and I only knew his name because one of the streets were named after him in Savannah, and he was telling me about how he's buried over in the military cemetery there. And I was like, I didn't know that, but I only went to, and y'all know how much I love cemeteries, but I only went to that cemetery one time. I don't even think I ever took my kids. And he's like, oh yeah, he said I used to play over there, and when he was a kid, and he was telling me about all the different people that are buried there and how much history's there and stuff like that. And you just, like when I lived there, I was trying to get out of, whenever I took my kids on vacation, we usually came up here to Indiana to see family. So in a way, my dad's right. There are people that live in beautiful places, and they don't even realize what all they have. I mean, a lot of people couldn't even tell you that are from this damn state or from the city, don't even realize there's a president that's buried right in the cemetery right here. And the house that he lived in and accepted the presidency in is right downtown Indy. And they hold tours. I don't know if anybody knows in chat who, what was his name? Something Lloyd Wright. Help me out, chat. Something Lloyd Wright. It wasn't Frank Lloyd Wright. It was, he built houses like those. What was his name? Something Lloyd Wright. Are all my kids in Indiana, all but one. Frank Lloyd Wright. Okay, yeah. So he's buried right here. In fact, he's buried like right around the corner from where the president's buried. Who else? I mean, there's the Dillingers, they're all buried here, right? The Capone is buried not far from here. And people, I mean, I guess not a lot of people like to hang out in cemeteries, though. I love dead people. They don't talk shit. And they're just happy to have company. But I love all Civil War cemeteries and things like that. Y'all, I've never, Wentz, the one who built my house, the man who owned this house before we moved into it and died here, he's buried, you could literally walk out to my street and see the cemetery he's buried in. I've never even been over there to see old Wentz. I'm gonna, though, before I move from here, I'm gonna go see Wentz. Tell him I left all of the stuff he left in this house because I'm not taking it with me. That's just bad mojo, bad mojo. You don't, listen, if someone dies in their house, but they've left stuff in that house, like in the attic, don't take it with you. Listen, that's that's solid advice right there, you guys. That's good, solid advice. It's just bad mojo. Leave it in the house for the next person. I'm definitely going to have to put the cream on this because this is definitely much more yellow than I ever wanted it, but I didn't want to waste the paint. Plus, this is blue, so I'd have to go over it a couple times anyways. And I couldn't tell, you guys, because the bottom is painted blue too, so I couldn't tell if somebody literally painted this color and liked it. Which, to each their own, no judgment here. You do you, I'm doing me. But I don't plan on painting all in there. I'm just not going to do that. A Frank Lloyd Wright house is only about 3 blocks from me. It's a round one and beautiful. Yeah. I guess if I was given one of his houses, hi, Ann. I'm going to ask the doctor what can be done. It is as if it's loose or something, so it makes it weird. It's the 23rd time now. Oh, did your knee go out? Yeah, that sucks. That's what happens to my wrists. Both of my wrists, they'll be doing just fine. And I'll be holding something in my hand, and next thing I know, it's on the floor. That's why I never take nothing out of the oven anymore, because it'll go. I never know when my wrist is going to say, fuck you. And believe me, I've wasted a lot of food on the floor before I finally just said, no, not doing that no more, and just have whoever's in the house come get it out. Mine's carpal tunnel, though. I just don't have any strength left in them. I'm carrying all them freaking plates when I was a waitress. Yeah, it's not supposed to be this yellow, you guys, but even if I use the cream color, I was going to have to go over it a couple times because this blue is like seriously blue. So. Who else is buried over there? All of the Dillingers are buried here. There's more notable people. You have to look it up. It's the oldest cemetery in Indianapolis. It makes me really sad when I go to those places. Like, it just, I was watching this guy once, and I like watching the people who do cemetery visits and things like that. And he was talking about it, and him and his wife were talking about, like what their plan was to be buried or whatever, and where they're going to be buried. And he was like, I really just have no plans. I really don't care. I'm just going to make sure to leave money for whoever it is, his kids or whatever he was saying, that would be able to do their final wishes for him. He said, because in 50 years, no one remembers that you're even there anyways. And I've always thought that way, always. Thought, well, we all become a name on a headstone, and eventually nobody cares anymore. And it's not that they don't care, it's just life gets busy and then they die too, shit, And when you think about it, when you think about it, most of us, if not all of us, wherever you're at in the world, you're walking on somebody's grave. Did you know that? There's been more people that have died than have, that are living now, since the world was created. And so whether you're walking on what used to be ashes or used to be a burial site, y'all, I mean, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Because back in the day, now if there's a small cemetery and the road needs to come through and do a road, they actually move, or they're supposed to move all of the deceased, right? But back in the day, they didn't do that. Whenever they were putting new roads and stuff in, they weren't looking around and trying to get a record for who all was buried there, y'all. That road just went over right on top of it. I missed a spot underneath the handle, Ann says. I know, but I got it. You mean right there? Or here. I know. I'm going to have to go back over it several times, though, because the blue's still coming through, and I don't want it yellow. But I didn't want to waste this paint, so kind of just using it as a primer. I got this. I'm going to show you guys for those that weren't here. I got this concrete planner, which the planner's not why I got it. It was what was in it, for $3. So that concrete planner and all of these tulips were inside that planner for $3 from Goodwill. And y'all, these are the good ones. I'm not lying. These are the good ones. I know because I've bought the pink ones before, and they're expensive. Sean keeps saying they're plastic, but yes, the stem is plastic, but I think the leaves and the flower itself is made out of like a foam. But they look so realistic. Hey, Wild Angel, good to see you. Thought you're gonna keep it yellow. Oh no, girl, I got a little bit of standards. I mean, they're low, but no. But that is it looks brighter in this light. Let me see something. No, it's not gonna work. It looks brighter in the light right than it is, but it is actually just a creamy yellow color. And that's actually the color I want the bedroom to be. But these vessels are expensive, y'all. They're expensive, y'all. I just did my Hobby Lobby. If y'all missed the Hobby Lobby walkthrough that we did, I priced some of these. So, no, it's going to be an off-white color with like splotches of a darker off-white color, if that makes any kind of sense. It's good to see you guys. Thank you. Thank you for the likes, you guys. 20 people, 21 likes. That's so sweet. Thank you. Lainey, good to see you. Not snowed in here, so no snow or ice, just cold. You guys don't have snow? How did you get away with not getting snow? We've got over a foot out there. Wow, I would have thought you guys would have got it. Lulu's busy making her bed and polishing her mirrors. She's probably busy putting on her 50,000, how Hi, Rich. Good to see you. Yeah, who knew? Leanie's crafting. Um, she's probably busy doing all of her skincare. We never have snow where I live, Tasha says. Have you ever seen snow? It's all underneath us and to the east. Yeah. Lolly said they got a foot of snow there. Um, Diamond says, I'm addicted to Goodwill. I buy 24% lead crystal there. Before long, I will be living in a glass house. Wouldn't believe the beautiful pieces I find. Right. You're buried in snow. Where you at, Rich? Tell me. Where you at? I'm in, you don't have to tell me what city, just what state are you in. I'm in Indiana, around the Indianapolis area. Tashi says that she grew up in New Zealand. We had snow there. Oh, I didn't even know it snowed there. I couldn't even tell you where New Zealand is. I would have to, Tasha, I'd have to look it up. I think it's north of me. Maybe that's Canada. Isn't it off to the side of Canada? Like on the Atlantic side? Oh, you're in Long Island. Oh, so you're over there by MJD. MJD is in New York too. She said y'all got a lot of snow. I don't think she's in Long Island though. New Zealand is west of Australia. Oh, fuck it. I'm never, no, it's just not gonna happen, you guys. I know where I live. I know where the United States is. I know where Mexico is. I know where England is. I know where Germany, you know, that kind of places over there. Like I could see it on the globe in my mind. But I know Australia is like way underneath me. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. No, Leanie, it's east of Australia and closest to Antarctica. Oh! Oh, you're a dumbass. Where's our Lizzo? I got it. I've got that on a sound bite. Her saying dumbass, and I got to put it on the computer so I could play it at the most inappropriate time, because y'all know that's what I love to do. I know the Antarctic is cold. Darling, possum merino socks from New Zealand. New Zealand are the best. See, I don't know where Indy's at. India, I don't know. They're somewhere around the globe, around from me. I don't know. Don't know about Africa either. It's somewhere around over there on the other side of the globe. I had to look up Tasmania today. Isn't Tasmania, wait a minute. Is Tasmania in Africa, or is it in... If it's in Australia, they're going to make me give back my my keys. South of Australia, okay. I just know, I don't know. You know, my son, my baby child, when he was in grade school, he asked us for a globe for Christmas one year, and I thought to myself, I didn't voice it, but I thought to myself, oh, fuck. My kid is a nerd. That's what I thought, right? Now I'm just grateful he is a nerd, right? So I bought him the globe. Nobody could believe my kid wanted a globe. I got him a globe. And y'all, he loved that freaking globe. I still have the globe. But it always stayed on the America side. So I never looked around the globe. So I can't tell you where anything's at. I know there's other land around the globe, but I don't know where it's at. The only reason why I know that, because the way I walked out of his room, I would see Europe on the side of America, kind of. And I was like, oh, that's where we were at. Okay. Koala bears have STDs. Yes, but they're so beautiful. I still want one. I won't sleep with it and get its STD. I looked away 1 minute and now I'm lost in translation here. What are we talking about? Chlamydia. We're talking about STDs now. I love koala bears though. I love me some roos. I cannot wait to get to Australia. I don't care if that roo kicks my ass. I am gonna ride the damn roo. I'm getting on the back of a kangaroo and I'm gonna ride it for 8 seconds. And I'm gonna make up my own damn belt buckle. Um, Now it's probably gonna kill me, but I don't care. I'm going down in history for being the only American to do that because I'm sure Australians do that. I'm sure they've jumped on the back with the roo. But those bitches are solid. Have you ever seen them kick each other's asses? Y'all, they're like grown men out there duking it. Oh, I mean, they're duking it out. Seriously. Antibiotic soft chlamydia? Did not know. From Nita STDs, we just kept going up the body. You see, we started at the knees. Now we're moving upwards and we're at the vagina and the bippy area, you know. Eventually we'll get past that and get to the belly button. Here's the thing, who gave it to him? Maybe it started out as an animal disease. Maybe it started out as an animal disease and somebody had sex with an animal because there is such a thing as bestiality. It's disgusting. But I'll help you guys along with that. I've always wanted a monkey, dolphin, horse, donkey, the service dog. I want little fainting goats just so I have something to laugh at all times. I don't want a donkey. They smell. I wouldn't mind having a monkey that hangs around my neck all the time. I thought we were talking about the globe. We were. I must be slow. We went from knees to the globe to chlamydia. It's -7 there. I think it's -1 right now here. I'm not sure. I'm Kiwi Rich, not me. Ask Lulu and Melly. Well, not to be sickening, but I'm not trying to be sickening at all with this. But didn't AIDS start out as an animal disease and people had sex with those animals? I mean, I'm not trying to be sick or I'm really not. But I'm curious. I remember hearing like either somebody had sex and spread it that way to the humans, or that science, kind of like with what I'm not supposed to talk about, but nobody tells me what to do. Kind of like with COVID, where science just made it up and gave it to us. It was something I heard you say, and that's why I was including the animals. Oh! Somebody got really drunk, funky. Somebody got really funky. Yeah, they did. That's just what I heard. I mean, I don't know. You know who else is... I just see now I'm already switching back out to dead people because now that I've mentioned AIDS, I remember Ryan White. Ryan White is buried like 30 minutes from me. Y'all, see my brain. That's why whenever I started a YouTube channel and they were like, pick a niche, whatever that word is. A niche is what you bury dead people into. But anyways, they said pick a niche or niche. And I was like, how am I supposed to pick a niche? I mean, there's no way I could do just one thing at a time. I can't even stay on subject. I mean, I know a little bit about almost everything, and I'm interested in everything. So there's no way I could pick and only do a YouTube channel on one thing. There's no way. Do you remember that? Yeah, he's buried. My mother-in-law actually lives in Kokomo, which is where he lived at. And he's buried, You guys, I want to say he's buried in Cicero. And if he is, it's the same graveyard my daughter's mother-in-law's in. My auntie goes around, hold on, Rorotonga often for the holidays. Rorotonga. Ryan got it from blood transfusion, if I remember. Yes, he did. Yeah, but remember, he was made such a big deal of because his school was the first one to kick a child with AIDS out of it because they thought that other children could get it. Y'all, do you guys hear? Do you guys hear Wednesday? This is in your niche's life. That's true. And sometimes Dad, I like dead people. My mate went to Fiji, Dot. She said she was treated like a queen for 10 days. She went alone and loved it. I don't think I would go to another country alone. I would meet up with, like, I would go to Australia and meet up with all y'all there and go to England and meet up. Oh, I'd probably go to England by myself. I mean, those people speak my language, and I'd just be like, where's Buckingham Palace? That's what I'd be like, because I'm going to go find Charles. Because if I find Buckingham Palace, I know he lives at Clarence House, which is kind of like on the corner away from Buckingham Palace. So I'm going to go have tea with Chuck. And Camilla's going to hate me because I'm going to be flirting with her husband. Let's go get let's go see if we could do this without the dogs attacking Wednesday. Wednesday. I know, buddy. Come here. Box. Come here. You're gonna have to go potty outside. You're gonna have to go potty outside. I know. I know. Oh, they're asleep. They don't care. They don't care. Uh-oh. You're not. She's not. Wednesday's not scared of little girl or Newt. She's scared of the puppy. Because the puppy just thinks that it's playtime. Well, you gotta go outside. Come on. Go potty. I want to see if he goes. Go potty. Go potty, Wednesday. Go potty. See, he's pissed. Pissed. Go potty, Wednesday. I know. I know. Wednesday, go potty. See, we shoveled a path. Well, we, meaning my husband, shoveled a path and got to grass over there because that's what he wants, is the grass. We've tried dirt. We've tried it all. We've already shoveled the driveway. It's snowed again. It's still snowing. Wednesday, go potty. See, what's going to have to happen now is Wednesday will have to stay in here with the garage kind of up, kind of down, and eventually he'll go to the bathroom. It's terrible, you guys. I've never seen an animal, a cat, that refuses. Oh, please just go potty. He will do this for hours with me. Hours. God, I hope he just goes. He'll scream for hours if he doesn't go. And the litter box is in there, you guys. We've tried everything. We've tried pellets. We've tried litter. We've tried dirt from outside. We've tried slivers of the wood slivers that you would use like for a guinea pig. We've tried that. We've tried them all together. Everything but grass. So next year, I'm just gonna get a couple of grass, what do you call those things? That you could buy, just those lawn squares or whatever, and I'm gonna put it in, that's what it is. He doesn't wanna freeze his kitten maker off. I'm just gonna get some of those turf things that are like real grass and keep them in the, keep them in the garage, because, I mean, what else am I gonna do? He's gonna have to go. Grass, where are you? I know. What state is that? Hi, Emil. I'm just gonna go that far. I'm in Indiana. Maybe he thinks that the grass will eventually come out if he calls it. I think he just wants to be annoying me. He just wants to annoy me. But I don't hear him crying no more, you guys. That means that he's figured out where to go somewhere. Oh, I still hear him out there. He only screams like that for three things. Either he's out of water, he's out of food, or he's got to use the bathroom. And I tried to lay down this morning, and I reminded my husband, I was like, Wednesday, because the dogs stay with me at all. Oh, God, here we go. He didn't go. He's just going to keep doing that over and over. Yeah, he's my only cat. We had one for 14 years, Simba, and he passed away last year. And I had Wednesday for about a month and a half when Simba passed, but I knew Simba was going. That was really hard. Simba's buried right out here next to the fence where he always laid. And I've got 3 dogs. So. Thank you guys for hitting the like. I appreciate it so much. Y'all don't even question this garage. It's not my garage. I'm not allowed to touch it. That is all my stuff right there, though. Y'all, that's just floor cleaners, and that's not even the half of it. That's 2 vacuums, a carpet cleaner, and I can't tell what the other thing is from here. And then I've got more in the house. I have a whole freaking carpet floor obsession. So I buy everything I can to try to make my life easier with the floor, and it doesn't. Estelle bitches like that when she wants food, and she has to let us know when she uses the box. The food I understand, the other I think is strange. Yeah. But, I mean, the good thing is the cat never uses the bathroom in the house. Simba was just like that, too. Simba would not use a litter box if there was, as long as there wasn't snow on the ground. It could be 50 degrees below zero, probably, maybe. I don't know. Simba would always go out. But the minute there was snow on the ground, Simba would not go out. But he used his litter box when it was snowing. But Wednesday, not having it. Not having that. What is the green light under the fridge? It means that it's working. You know how freezers go out, like when your electricity goes out or it just gets a short or whatever. Fucking mad cow disease in here or something, I'm sure. No, we buy our beef and stuff in bulk, so it's a freezer. But so like, you know, every time I come out here, I see the green light on the ground, I know my meat's not going bad. I think all freezers should come with that, actually. And just to let you know, we got that at auction, and it came with some food in it, y'all. And I think he got it for like $100 from an estate sale. And you know what? So Beefcake, I didn't know nothing about it. He brings it home. Because I've got a chest freezer that way, over there. And he's like, I was like, why do we need another freezer? He's like, because we need to start buying the meat in bulk because groceries are too expensive. Okay, you do you. So he opens it up and he's like, look, it came with all this food. I was like, look, there's a trash can. Y'all, he pulled out a package of shrimp. The man doesn't eat shrimp or fish or anything that comes from the sea. Okay? He pulls out, he's like, well, these still look good. And he checked the date. The date was fine. I was like, are you fucking crazy? I said, if I pulled a steak out of that thing, would you eat it? And he said, no, but shrimp is like really, really expensive. And I was like, I've never been that poor that we have had to buy a freezer from an auction to eat the food out of it. And I just don't think I'm going to be that poor. I wouldn't eat it. I just wouldn't. And I threw that shit away. Can you believe it? He was wanting me. He's probably trying to kill me off so he can pay for the damn freezer and to stock the freezer up. He bought food in it. Yeah, it came in it. That's the way estate sales are. So, like, if you buy a freezer or refrigerator, sometimes you just get the shit that's in it. He is a thrifty fella. He's worse than me. No, I'm the thrift. So, but he was just all excited because, you know, there are times that I crave shrimp, you guys, and I think it has to do with my thyroid. And that's the only time I really eat it is when I crave it. It has to be like with, it has to be kind of like it's boiled and you eat it with the cocktail sauce. That's the kind that I crave. So that's what that was. It was that boiled shrimp in a bag. And I was like, I'm not eating that shit. Are you kidding me? I had to eat cream of wheat first, and I hate cream of wheat. Is it bad that my mates and I joke about someone who we know that keeps her husband in a... Is that true, though? Does he really? Wait a minute. Keeps her husband in the freezer. Oh, is that just... Okay, it's just a joke that you think she's just that wicked that she would keep him in a freezer. I don't think he exists, to be honest. How does he know it wasn't defrosted? He didn't. He didn't. I guess he thought that when I bit into it, that I could be able to tell if it was bad or not. No, negative. I have standards. They're very, very low, but I have some. Emil says, my grandpa used to store all of his tools in an old fridge. It was so funny. It reminded me of it. Oh, really? You guys remember the refrigerators that were only about 1/3 that height and they were rounded, and it had the how you open it was you pulled this lever on it and it would open up and there'd be a tiny little ice box in the top and it was all aluminum. Do you guys remember that? My dad, when I was a kid out in California, he had one of those at his bar. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. And he used to have so many compliments on it. People wanted that thing so bad. An old Kelvinator. I've never heard that, Kelvinator. I love cream of wheat. Oh my God, barf. My mom used to make it wrong and we called it cream of cement. Oh God, beefcake. Y'all, he loves cream of wheat. I think it's the Okie in him. He had never eaten grits. Where I come from, we eat grits. Where he comes from, they ate cream of wheat. Now, my mother loved cream of wheat too, but she knew none of her kids liked it, so it was just a treat for her. But he will eat cream of wheat 3 times a day if he could. That's how much he loves it. I think it is the most disgusting bullshit I've ever tasted. I mean, I just can't. And I love oatmeal to an extent, and it's got to be made a certain way. But that cream of wheat is nasty, nasty, nasty stuff. The ones with the round coils, yes, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know. And he even had the old ice, what do you call them? Ice trays with it that were made out of metal, and then it had the ice tray thing that you like turned it and it would open and close and open and close. He had 2 of those inside there too. Everybody loved his refrigerator. I don't know what I should have asked him what he did with it after he sold the house. Yeah, I'm not chain smoking, really. I talk so much that my cigarettes burn out. So I take another hit, let it burn out, and I talk to you guys. You have 51 subscribers. You can start going live. Right on. Fruity oatmeal is delicious. My favorite oatmeal is just regular oatmeal with cranberries and raisins inside of it. A little tiny, tiny bit of milk just to make it creamier and a little bit of butter. Oh my God, y'all could tear it up. My mouth is watering thinking about it. Cream of wheat and scrambled eggs were my kids' favorite foods at grandma's house. Mine was vanilla chocolate with Hershey syrup on, vanilla ice cream with Hershey syrup on it, my grandma's. And you know what's funny is us kids, my mom's kids, we weren't picky kids at all. We knew better than to be picky kids. We ate what was served. But cream of wheat, I guess her firstborn didn't like it and she tried it on all of us. But that's the only thing I ever remember protesting about was cream of wheat. And we just would do oatmeal. Oh, I love oatmeal. Anne, I have to go. Got stuff to do urgently. Have fun. Have fun to you, Anne. We love you. Be safe, Lulu. Lulu's scrubbing her face still. I know what she's doing. She could be getting late. I mean, what's today? Over there, it's already Monday night. Who knows? Thought you had to have 500 to go live. Guess I don't know. No, whenever I started my channel, they had dropped it to 50. Yeah, so they do. And then I heard it had gone back up and then I heard it gone back down. But when I started my channel, you only needed 50 to go live. That's why I invited all my family and friends like to join my YouTube channel. And then once it started taking off, I made all my family, except for my girls don't really listen to it, but I made them all leave. All my friends, all that stuff. I was like, you guys don't need to hear my trash, which they know me, so. But yeah, I think you've only got to have 50 right now. Anyone have any deer tree hanging in the... Anyone have any deer tree hanging in your neighborhoods? Most of the people in my neighborhood are elderly, because they built these houses out here and one by one they're dying off. And the younger generations are taking them. Like I've known on my street, I think there's only like 7 houses because we've all got like an acre of land. And I think there's only 7 houses. And I've got the blueprints for everybody and the names of the people that built the houses and stuff. Because Wentz, he's the man who lived here, who built this house before I did. And his kids were already grown. So they sold the house. But like I've known 3 other elderly people that built the houses and their kids took over their houses. So I don't know back in the day, but I mean, my son hunts. But I divorced to that. I don't eat deer meat anymore. I don't eat none of that stuff. I ate it. I was married for a long, long time to a hunter and a fisher. And after we got divorced, I was like, I'm done with this shit. And so I don't eat it. I did taste, my son made some deer jerky a couple years ago, and I did taste it. Oh, that's already just about dry. I did taste it just because I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but they know how I feel about it. Like, I just eat. You know what? There's nothing wrong with deer meat. My favorite was truly, out of all the shit that my ex-husband brought home for us to eat, my favorite was, believe it or not, wild boar. My favorite was not deer, but I cooked it because it's just what I did and what was expected of me. And I did, and it wasn't like I wouldn't eat it, it just wasn't my favorite thing, because, I didn't grow up on that stuff. But I've eaten squirrel. They try, y'all, let me tell you, you guys know I'm full of them, right? Listen, so I'm just this girl that grew up in California. I've been everywhere. Born, raised, married, divorced, army, right? So I went from my dad's army home to my ex-husband's army home. So I've been everywhere, but I grew up for most of my childhood in Los Angeles. Well, we didn't eat deer meat there. Nobody was hunting anything there, except for me in the backyard hunting tickle bugs. Y'all might call them roly polies. I called them tickle bugs. So I could sell them for 2 cents a piece, which the neighbors bought because they felt sorry for me. But anyways, so my parents got divorced. We moved back to El Paso, Texas. I ended up meeting my husband there, who was a soldier. Y'all, I just squirted this into this plate and it just squirted all over me. Paint, that is. Black gold. Oh, well. Shit happens. Anyways, so I ended up meeting, seriously, now you have to picture this. I grew up in Southern California, right? I didn't even know people ate deer, right? I married the Yahoo from Yazoo, meaning he was from Yazoo City, Mississippi. Now, if somebody's from Yazoo City, Mississippi, their country, they had to pump sunlight into them, okay? So he left Yazoo City, Mississippi when he turned 18. He went straight into the military, right? His first duty station was El Paso, Texas, Fort Bliss. It was Biggs Army Airfield down there at Fort Bliss. And that's where he met me, okay? And long story short, I married him. And so our daughter was born like pretty much a couple months after we got married. And he was on orders to go to Germany. Well, the plan was that I wasn't going to go to Germany with him because he would have only had to do 18 months overseas if he went by himself. If I and the baby went with him, then we were going to have to do 3 years, right? So the plan was, here's the plan. Not my plan, mind you, their plan. That I would move to Yazoo City, Mississippi with his parents, all right? Now, I have always I'm living in the wrong era. I know that. I know that about myself. I have always dreamed about going to the country, right? Living in the country, being a country girl, And probably because I was made fun of so much in the city and bullied so bad. But anyways, I remember crying to my dad when the Iran-Contra thing was going on when I was a little girl. And I was so scared of war, and I would beg my dad, like, please get out of the army, please get out, let's run to the mountains, and we'll stay there, and they'll never find us and stuff. I don't know. I was so scared for my dad having to leave, and that was, because I'd heard about Vietnam and all that other shit. So, military was all in my family. So my dad, he couldn't explain to a little girl that, honey, I can't run away from the army, So he would just say, if war comes, I'll get you to the mountains, I promise. That was the thing. So Yazoo City, Mississippi, to me, sounded pretty close to the damn mountains, right? Because in my mind, in my young mind, I'm thinking everywhere in the country just has mountains, y'all. So I was all excited. I was like, yeah, we're gonna go stay with your parents. Like, I'm gonna be this country girl. I'm gonna, and he had already told me about his small town life and all this, right? And I was like, oh, it's so different than the way that I grew up. And I was super excited about it. And oh my God, you guys, I get there. It was a total culture shock. And, but I was digging it. I was embracing it. I was very young. There was no mountains, but by God, they had hills, and that was more than what I had. And they were eating like real country food, like vegetables in the freezer, frozen, that kind of food, not out of the can, right? And his mother had she had actually two deep freezes. She had a chest freezer and an upright freezer in her kitchen. Her kitchen was huge. And she had that in there along, we all ate in the kitchen and all that. But anyways, so inside there was like, I opened it one day, and before he had left and went over to Germany, he took 30 days off to kind of get me I had never met his parents. You guys in here, I was going to stay with them for 18 months with the newborn. And so he took 30 days off to kind of get us acquainted and acclimated to, this new life I was going to live, right? So I opened the freezer one day when his parents weren't in the kitchen, and I was like, I couldn't believe all the meat that was in there. And he's like, yeah, that's deer, that's squirrel, that's this, that's fish, and I was like, you guys eat squirrel? And he was like, well, yeah. And I was like, oh. So this is starting to go downhill for me, right? Because, deer, when he explained that to me, that it's kind of like eating, a cow, then I kind of reckoned myself to it, and I was like, okay, but I couldn't reckon myself with the squirrel, right? Well, I'm trying to impress these people, y'all. They're my new in-laws, and I got to live with these people, right? And it's not like they're going to cater to me. Y'all, they served squirrel. This is the God's honest truth. Listen, if I'm lying, I'm frying, y'all, and I ain't going to hell for none of you, okay? People tell you all the time, have you ever tried frog legs and shit like that, right? I'm thinking there's squirrel that it's gonna look like a hamburger patty. Oh, negative. No, it looks like a squirrel leg, just like a chicken leg, but you can see the squirrel leg, right? You can see, oh, it was terrible. I took one bite, y'all, and I just couldn't do it, but I'm acting like I'm taking care of my newborn. She was literally a month and a half old. And so I'm trying to still have manners and not offend anybody, but at the same time, I didn't want to eat the damn squirrel. Like, there's just something wrong with squirrel, like I would rather have almost anything than a squirrel, or so I thought. So I got through the meal by eating all the greens and the black-eyed peas and the rice and all the other shit that she put on the table that was just scrumptious. And I got through it, and I did the dishes every night. And, thank God they didn't ask me to cook. I didn't know how to cook shit but chicken and rice, and it didn't have no juice in it by the time I got done with it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Anyways, I could imagine her telling me to cook squirrel, but she didn't. She did all the cooking. I did the cleaning. It's just the way it's always been. So he's still there, and his dad says to him, now these are country folk, y'all, country. His dad says, hey, before you leave and go to Germany, he said, we need to go and get some frog, because we're about, out of it in the freezer. So I need to get a mess of frog. This is the first time I'm hearing a mess of something, a mess. That's the equivalent to pounds or whatever, okay? So we need to get a mess of frog, so I'll have enough until you come back. So my ex-husband was like, all right, so we'll go. Well, they asked me if I wanted to go. And I don't know how you catch frog. They didn't say catch it. They said gig it, frog gig. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And why are you guys going at nighttime? And he said, because that's when you gig frogs. And I was like, no, I just, that doesn't sound like anything. And his mom was like, well, you need to try it. You're part of the family. Everybody goes frog gigging once or twice, and you'll know what they're doing, how we get our meat. Fuck me, right? Like they weren't, I was like, I have a baby, and she's like, well, I'll take care of the grandbaby. I got this. You're only gonna be gone a couple hours. Okay. So I go. I didn't know we were going in a swamp. I had no idea. Nobody tells me nothing. I knew frog, you catch them kind of around the swamp areas or the little lakes, and I'm thinking the little frog. I grew up with a swimming pool in my backyard. There was always a frog in the swimming pool. We had to go fish the frog out and set it free, So I'm thinking frog. They backed this truck up with the little John boat, and the little John boat gets dropped in the water. I am to sit in the center of the boat, of the little John boat. My ex-husband is sitting in the front of the little John boat. My father-in-law's in the back, and it don't even have a motor on it. It has what's called a trolling motor. If y'all don't know what those are, look it up. It's just a smaller motor. It's not going to take off, and they're quieter. All right, we get in there. I notice there's croaker sacks. All right. We are going literally, I was scared. I cannot tell you guys how scared I was. I'm only 15 years old. I'm petrified. I've never done anything like this in my life. I've never been out after dark. What the hell am I doing on a boat? Like, my parents would just have a fit. Anyhow, I'm on the damn boat. The father-in-law's working the trolling motor, like steering the boat. My ex-husband's like kind of laid on the front of the boat, and he has got a big ass, what do you call them? Light, right? That only shines like in a line. So here was the deal. If the line was like this, that means go straight. He wanted the boat. I'm not allowed to talk. That's the other thing. I started talking. I was like, what? Guys, like, can I just wait in the truck? No. And don't say a word. Okay. So I can't say a damn word. All right. If the line is like this, we're going straight. Watch. I'm watching the whole process happen. If the line gets turned, which just means that he turned the flashlight so the line goes like that, that means there's a frog in front of him, go straight to the bank, right? He could see the frog eyes, like you see cat's eyes or deer eyes, when your light shines on them. Well, the light also paralyzes the frog for a minute, right? So when people tell you they're frog gigging, they're actually using this long stick, and it's got looks kind of like a pitchfork, except for it doesn't have the forks in the middle. No. Negative. Not these people they call it frog gigging, but that's not what they're doing. They're literally catching them, okay? But they got mad at me for saying catching them. Made no sense to me. He's literally there's like 3 frogs, and sometimes they'll sit on top of each other. He's literally pow, 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 grabbing all these frogs out of this mud and shoving them into this croaker sack. I have never been so mortified in my life. Now, I can see the head, but again, I'm sitting in the middle. I'm watching all this happen. I'm scared to death. I seriously can see snakes slithering next to me in that little John boat. Y'all, have you ever been in a John boat? You're only about that far from the water. I'm not lying. Y'all, if I'm lying, I'm trying. And I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not. God's honest truth, this happened to me. All right. We're out here for hours. I keep thinking to myself, oh my God, how many fucking frogs do these people need? I don't even know how big these frogs are, right? I'm seeing the snakes, and I'm like, kind of tapping the boat, and my ex-husband would look back at me, and I'd like look over at the snake, and he just, okay. Not only is there snakes going through the water, right next to you, I could reach out and grab one. The trees are coming over the water, y'all. I mean, there's only enough room. There's not enough room on this water, on the swamp, for 2 John boats to pass each other. Okay, so that's how much of a canal we were in, right? So the trees in some places were going over the water like this. He would point the freaking light like that. That means we have to go straight into that land right there so he can pull up some more frogs. In the meanwhile, I'm being stuck in the head by trees and limbs and shit, and not lying, spider webs. So the first one when I got a spider web, now they're getting spider webs to the face. They don't give a damn. I give a damn. I'm scared. And all I keep thinking is something's going to really scare me. I'm going to fall out of this boat and I'm going to get bit by these snakes. All right. So I've got this little stick, and every time they're like going towards the land, I'm doing this in front of me because the trees are over, the spiders are there, and it was an ordeal. Okay. His dad finally says, we have enough. They filled up 5 or 6 croaker sacks. Okay. Then, there's this loud noise next to the bank of that. We had turned around, we were coming back, and I would never been so thankful in my whole life. And his dad stopped the motor, and we were just kind of sitting on the water. And he said, "Hey, you hear that?" And my ex-husband turns around and looked at me. He's like, "Yeah, that's a beaver." And his dad said, "If we catch that beaver, we can get $10 for its tail." I turn around and they know I'm mortified, right? I'm not allowed to talk, but they know that I am struggling. I'm just a young girl, from California. Never knew people lived like this. It was terrible. And I turned around and looked at his dad and I said, "I will give you $15 not to touch the beaver." Because I know about beavers, okay? I've seen it. I used to watch that Jack guy in the wild and shit like that. I know beavers are strong and it was going to tip over the boat. Frogs would be everywhere and the snakes would be eating me because I wouldn't know what the fuck to do in the muddy waters and it smelled to high heaven, okay? So they started laughing at me. We got home, right? I never been so happy to go to a bathtub, take a bath, because they didn't even have a shower. They just had a bath. And I took a bath and I went to bed. I was so couldn't believe all that had happened to me. The next day, now these frogs are croaking out in the truck. They threw the croaker sacks into the bed of the truck, right? His little brother comes over and they're all excited. They're going frog hunting and they were like, "You want to go with us?" And I was like, "Negative, nope, 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 nope. I know how it happens. I know how we get our food now. I know what we're eating. I got it. So I got to stay home that night. You guys, they went out and they come home a couple hours later and they've got a couple more croaker sacks full of these critters. I don't even know what they really look like yet, you guys. And you know what they were excited about? A raccoon. They had killed a raccoon. They didn't find it on the road dead. They killed it. And he comes in the house, me and, my baby's already asleep. I'm just waiting up for them to get home. Don't know what the hell's going to happen next. His dad comes in the house holding the raccoon by the tail and it's hanging. And he's like, "Mama," that's what he called her. "Mama, I got dinner for tomorrow night. Look at this." And she was so excited about that raccoon, y'all. I'm like, "What?" And here comes his brother in behind him, my ex-husband behind him. And I looked at him and I was like, "What is that?" And he said, "It's a raccoon." And I was like, are we really eating that thing?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's like a delicacy here." Y'all, I didn't know. All I knew is I wanted to get in the car. I didn't have a driver's license. I wanted to get in the car, put my baby in that car, and get the hell out of Yazoo City, Mississippi, and back to El Paso, Texas, to my mother. I had made the biggest mistake of my life, right? So the next night, I'm going to tell you guys about the frog another time because I'm keeping you guys way too long with this. The next night, she gets her cooker thing out. And they skinned that raccoon and gutted it and put the raccoon in I've got one of them up there. I forget what you call them. Anyways, Dutch oven. And I walked out the kitchen. I could not watch this happen. Now, by this time, I'd already been there about 2 weeks, and I'm doing the best I can, you guys. I really am, but I'm struggling. I liked everything except for dinner time and frog gigging so far, okay? And collecting the chickens, because the chicken pecked me so hard, I refused to go collect chickens anymore. I was done with that shit, too. So it's dinner time, and I know the fucking raccoon's gonna be put on the table, and she had a lazy Susan on the table that just spun. And in the center of that lazy table was that big old cooker pot, and it had the raccoon in it, okay? And she put all the sides around, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle life. I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown. This is back in the day when I had a lot of anxiety but didn't know what anxiety was. I just thought I was like something was really wrong with me, and I was having all this anxiety. I didn't want to tell nobody, so I didn't want to be crazy. And I watched them. I mean, they're like, Y'all know who, you know, on Christmas Vacation, Cousin Eddie, and he's talking, you know, the way he's talking at the dinner table. Y'all, this is how these people are eating. I'm not lying to you. I'm not exaggerating. This stuff really happens at people's dinner tables, y'all. They're so proud of that damn raccoon. They're all eating it. And I put the sides on my plate. And his mama looks over at me and she says, honey, aren't you going to have some of this coon? And I was like, no, ma'am. No, no, I'm going to stick right here to this. And they just started laughing at me. And my ex-husband sitting next to me. He's like, just try a bite of it. You don't know if you're going to like it. And I said, I'm telling you right now, I don't think I'm going to like it. And I just don't want to try it. Y'all, I lost so much weight and I was already tiny anyways. I was young and I was already tiny anyways. But they sat around with that damn raccoon talking about how it's a little bit tough. She should have cooked it a little bit longer. But they ate the whole thing and all that was left was the bones in the pot, y'all. To which she bagged back up and then made a gravy with them a couple nights later. Y'all, I'm telling you, I knew right then I'd made the biggest mistake. I should have never went to Germany. He left about 2 weeks later and all kind of shit was happening. The weirdest shit, the stories I could tell you guys of the shit that I did and learned, and they tried to make me eat. That was probably the worst of all of it. But after he left, and for 2 or 3 weeks after he left, like shit was just going downhill, and I was like, it's not that I couldn't live with their lifestyle. I liked the lifestyle. I liked the slow pace of it. I loved the country setting. I loved going to the store every Thursday to buy dinner, and that we had hot dogs every Thursday night. I loved the routine because I didn't have it. And I loved how they loved my baby. My baby was the first grandchild, and they loved me, and kind of, I guess, his dad loved me. But that's a story for another time. And but there was some mental stuff that was going on in that house, and I got in touch with my husband over in Germany, and I said, I hate to tell you this, but I'm either got to go back home to my mom, or you got to find a way to get me and the baby to Germany, because I can't stay here. And then I told him everything was happening. He's like, yeah. And he didn't want me to go back to my mom's because we were gypsies when he married me. So, meaning we moved every time the rent came due. You guys know that. So that wasn't an option for me and his baby, you know. So that's how he ended up doing a 3.5-year tour the first time in Germany, because they had to add on time, because now they were moving us again, because they had already moved us to Mississippi. Now the military was coming and picking up my shit in Mississippi and moving it to Germany. So you kind of have to pay for all of that. And how you pay for it is they tack on more time to your days there. And that's what happened. So after I divorced him, I swore off anything that I couldn't buy at the store. And believe you me, there's stuff at the store I won't even eat, like squid and bullshit like that. So my son's a hunter. He's the only one. None of my son-in-laws hunt. None of my daughters hunt. He's raising his daughters to hunt. He's taught his wife how to hunt and fish. And they fill up their freezer, and they fill up their sisters' freezers and stuff, and make sure everybody's got meat. And I'm like, we're good over here. Like, Dad and we're so good because I just, I have a problem with certain things remind me of other certain things. So whenever there's like deer meat or anything like that, it reminds me of my first marriage. And I have association problems. So I associate all that with my first marriage. So on top of that, it's just nasty shit. Anyhow, sorry I haven't looked at chat, you guys. I had to get that out there. Probably raccoon hot dogs. Cut off their tail and feed it to the dogs. I was mortified. Aunt warned me that I wanted to see, and I did. She still horrifies me. You know, that doesn't, seeing the whole process of it didn't bother me because I read enough like Laura Ingalls books and watched enough old movies to romanticize living that type of a life that I understood what skinning and gutting and all of that stuff was. I understood and I still understand that there are a lot of people in this world that wouldn't eat today if they didn't know how to hunt and fish. But I'm talking about never in my mind would I ever think someone actually eats a raccoon. But y'all, I could tell you many things that they eat that I was floored by. So now the only time I've ever been like weirded out about food is that one time that guy came in here and was telling us about eating donkey dick or bull dicks or oysters from the mountains and something like that. And I was totally grossed out. I just couldn't stay online. You guys may remember that live. It was terrible. I went in there and I puked. It is exactly the Beverly Hillbillies, exactly. But you know, it's not that I'm better than them or that I look down on them. That's their way of life. You know what I mean? And it's like you guys eating all that lamb. There's no way I'm eating lamb. I've eaten it once and I was disgusted. And it's like me eating pig and that disgusts you. So I don't look down on them for eating that. And I'm very, very aware that if it weren't for hunting and fishing, that people would go hungry. So I don't have a problem with it. But as long as I got a buck inside my wallet, I'm not eating a raccoon. I'm just not. And I'm not eating frog. And I'm not talking frog legs only. Believe me, I got the stories about the frogs, okay? The frogs that are longer than this, okay? That actually looks like a fucking frog when they put it on your plate. Because the only things that are cut off is the head, the little finger parts, and the feet little parts. And the rest of the frog is laying there with its arms up, its legs down. You could totally tell it's a frog laying on your plate, fried up. Okay, that's the way they eat frog. So when people are like, oh yeah, we love frog legs, I was like, well, how do you feel about eating the chest? And how do you feel about eating the stomach? Well, what about the arms? What about those muscular arms? How does that taste? And they're like, we don't eat that nasty stuff. And I'm like, yeah, well, should head on down to Yazoo City, Mississippi. You might get some on down there. How did they cook the frogs? Boil it, bake? No, they fried it. They fried it. Just like chicken. That's what they tell you. Frog tastes like chicken. It's because it's fried like chicken. I did taste like that much. So I probably didn't taste it because I just swallowed it because my ex-husband literally got mad at me like the worst case scenario that I tried not to do. I offended them by not wanting to eat what they were eating. And so when he got totally pissed off at me that I wouldn't try frog, he said, if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it, but you have to try it because you're offending my parents. Y'all wasn't raised like that. Like you just did what's expected of you. And I did. And I didn't chew it. I didn't leave it in my mouth. I just swallowed it whole. And I was like, I don't like it. And then they didn't say nothing else to me about it. But yeah, they'd fry it in a frying pan. Just like you cook chicken. Sometimes she would use flour and sometimes she would use cornmeal. It just depends. But seriously, if I could show you guys, The arms were up like this. The legs were down like this. The whole body's laying on your plate. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating, y'all. I'm not. I'm not. And then I'll tell you what happened when they opened the croaker sack of the frogs and I realized how big these fuckers were. I had no clue frogs get this big, y'all. I was actually a little bit scared, to tell you the truth, and I'm not scared of them. I used to handle frogs all the time, but I'm talking frogs. They lived on a hill. I mean, and it was a pretty steep hill. And one of the frogs had gotten away and started jumping down the hill towards his flower bed. And he was like, hey, can you go grab that frog? His dad was telling me this. They're over there skinning the frogs, cutting off the hands, the feet, the head, gutting it, skinning it, throwing it in this water, and then she took care of it from there. Oh, it's terrible. And they freeze it in water just like you do fish. But anyways, I was like, do what? And I'm just sitting outside with the baby. It didn't bother me watching them prepare this. I just don't want to eat it. And it's not like it smelled bad. It didn't. I'm just not eating it. And so I'm out there, and he's like, go catch the frog. Y'all, I'm not lying to you. I was like, are you serious? Like, you don't have enough frog? We can't just let that one go? He said, that could be your dinner tonight. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not eating it anyway. So, but I didn't smart mouth him, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't raised like that. I ran down that damn hill, y'all, and had to pick up that frog. I was holding it with two hands like this, carrying it back up the hill and handed them that frog. Y'all, it was terrible. I'm not kidding you. I am not lying to you when I know these frogs were anywhere from 14 to 16 inches long. I'm not kidding you. I never seen anything so huge in my life. And then to find out they were eating the whole frog and not just the frog leg. Oh my God. And they were laid out on the platter, like stacked up on each other in the middle of the Lazy Susan, like frogs without heads. Oh, y'all, it was terrible. It was terrible. I'm telling you, it was terrible. But that is not the reason at all that I didn't stay in Mississippi. I promise to Jesus. That's not the reason why I didn't stay. I loved them people. I love their way of life. I love the country life. Look at me now. I mean, I've tried to live a slow life. It's just that, I got a lot of kids and a lot of grandkids and people that need me. But damn it, I'm trying to live a slow life here. And not hustle and bustle and bullshit. I don't like it. I don't like to be rushed. Don't like it. I love the lifestyle. There was just a lot of mental stuff going on there that was not taken care of and nobody knew about it. And so it was, that's a song for another time though. Size of bowling balls. They're huge. You don't eat for a week, you would eat it all. That's true. That's very true. Those country frogs must get big. Look them up. Look them up. And I don't think they're just country frogs. That's exactly what when I thought of bullfrogs, I was thinking about the bigger frogs like that would swim in my swimming pool. Not the little garden frogs or not the sticky ones that stay on the windows. Not those kind of frogs. A bullfrog really is taller than this vase, y'all. It's probably that tall. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. So gross. So gross. Going to cook up a mess of frog, y'all. Oh, Lord, with some hush puppies. Y'all, I'm going to tell you what, all the sides were magnificent. I grew up on greens and cornbread and all that other stuff. So we had hamburger or we had some kind of meatloaf or fried chicken or a pork chop or, something normal with it. There wasn't a mess of frog sitting there or a raccoon and you didn't call it a raccoon. They don't call it raccoons. I guess that just sounds gross. You just call it a coon. You guys. And then they wanted to catch the beaver for for $10. And God knows, y'all, they probably would have ate the beaver too. I didn't even ask. I didn't want to know. Any hoot and a holler. My phone's going to die, y'all. And I've kept y'all for so long, and I'm so sorry, but I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate you listening to my dumb stories and watching me create something that didn't go well at all. But I'm going to finish it, and I'll show it to you guys. I'll take pictures of it when it's done. It's not going to be this color at all. But I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It really does mean a lot to me. It really does. And y'all, I tell you no lies. I tell you no lies. And if I'm ever exaggerating, I'm always the first person to tell you I'm going to exaggerate a little bit here, just to make it sound good. But honest to God, no exaggeration. I always tell you, always tell you. I believe in honesty and respect. Those are the two things that I was taught. Anyways, I'm going to go. Newt's crying too because he knows his cat is outside and he wants him in here. So I'm going to go check on my baby and bring Wednesday in. And this is pretty dry, so I'll find some kind of graveyard show or weird show to watch on my own TV and sit here and do more of this. But I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Y'all have a good night. Stay warm. For those of us that are freezing out here, the ones that are hot, y'all try to stay cool. Keep it cool. And do me a favor. Come back next time. I appreciate you guys. All right. Talk to you later. Be good or be good at it. See you next time.